You know, with your partnership, we're improving access to health care and home care. Before some doctors and hospitals actually were denying medical treatment related to organ donations and life-saving care for disabled Americans, based simply on their disability alone. Sorry, the sun's shining. That's why the Department of Health and Human Services issued a rule barring those kinds of denials of medical treatment, because no American, I say no American, should be deprived of health care that they need. We're also continuing long COVID clinical trials. And our new agency, ARPA-H, is driving breakthroughs on biomedicine to prevent, detect, and treat diseases including cancer, diabetes, Alzheimer's, and other neurological diseases like MS and Alzheimer's. Look, folks, our American Rescue Plan provided $37 billion for all the states to expand home care and community-based services. By the way, I need not tell this audience it really matters. It really matters. Under Medicare, so people with disabilities, including intellectual and developmental disabilities, can live independently at home. Not only best for them, but best for the economy. In the decade since the ADA, we're fighting Big Pharma to give Medicare the power to negotiate prescription drug prices for seniors and people with disabilities. Finally, finally, finally. And thanks to the Inflation Reduction Act, we finally beat Big Pharma. Stenny and I were fighting them back when we were young members of the Congress. Well, guess what? We finally beat them. We've capped the cost of insulin for seniors and people with disabilities on Medicare who have diabetes at $35 a month instead of up to $400 a month. And starting this January, the total out-of-pocket prescription cost anyone will have to pay, it falls in those categories, is $2,000 a year. People with disabilities on Medicare, even expensive drugs like cancers that cost $10, $12, $14 a year, will not have to pay more than $2,000 a year for everything, every single drug. Part of that deal, we also negotiated lower cost for the 10 most expensive prescription drugs that treat everything from heart disease to arthritis, which goes into effect in January. And from that point on, every year, 10 new drugs will be negotiated going forward every single year. And by the time our reforms not only save seniors and people with disabilities money, they save the taxpayers $160 billion. $160 billion just for the first passage, because Medicare no longer has to pay those exorbitant prices to Big Pharma. And that was only, the savings for American taxpayers is only going to go up. Kamala, I want you to know that we want the best economy in the world. We need the best caregiving economy in the world. I mean it. That's why I took historic executive action to expand access to high-quality care, provide support for care workers, and for our nation's 53 million family caregivers. They'll now receive support. By the way, and to make public transit in our country accessible to everyone, our bipartisan infrastructure law invests $6.75 billion, making the biggest investment ever in transportation accessibility, adding more wheelchair ramps, accessible restrooms, more airport, rail stations, and other transit locations. The Justice Department established standards for state and local governments to make websites and mobile apps more accessible so people with disabilities can travel from work to school, making learning more accessible, and being able to vote. And something Cam and I are really proud of, we celebrate disability pride. Pride. That's what all of you embody. I really mean, from the bottom of my heart, that you embody. That's what we witnessed in the past 2 weeks when we've seen, watching Team USA compete in the Paralympics in Paris. Weren't they incredible? I mean it, really. Absolutely mind-blowing. And thank you all from the bottom of my heart for showing you what to do to ensure that the promise of America is delivered to all Americans. So that everyone, and I mean this truly, everyone has a fair chance in the race of life. That's all we're asking for. Everyone has a fair chance in the race of life. Just have to remember who the hell we are. I mean this sincerely. We're the United States of America. And there's nothing, I mean this sincerely, there's nothing beyond our capacity when we set our mind to it and do it together. And let's get everything moving faster. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. I'm so proud to be with you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.